Tonight, we are working to get you answers on a headache-inducing commute for drivers in San Marco. We have gotten a lot of complaints about a train coming to a complete stop in front of Atlantic Boulevard around rush hour several days this week, leaving drivers stuck. Our Zach Wilcox is live there now. Zach, people you spoke with say the train stopping there really has made for a much longer drive home than it usually takes.
Yeah, Heather, really inopportune timing. And speaking of inopportune timing, of course, we come out here to cover this today. And while we have seen a few trains go by, we have not seen any that have stopped for a prolonged period of time. Of course, that figures, right? But when those trains do stop, there are two methods of approach, if you will. You could either wait for the train to pass through or try and drive around to get around it and back home. We talked with one driver who mentioned it's really added on to her commute. She gave us an idea of what it's like sitting through all of that while we tried to get to the bottom of all this.
It's just scrolling, wasting time.
Stephanie Aiken has knocked out a decent amount of her Christmas shopping this week on her drive home from work. That's because she says she's been caught by the train in San Marco, with it just stopped on the tracks for 45 minutes at a time. Aiken says one driver got particularly creative to kill the time.
We were all sitting there, we had nothing to do, and she went and picked up Panera and came back, and we were all like, that's a great idea.
Aiken's tactic is to wait out the stopped train, but her coworker took a different approach, trying to drive around it. However, her trip summary shows it took 42 minutes to get around the traffic jam and go just 6 miles from San Marco to Avondale.
Oh, it's every day, and it's around the same time, and it's not a short train that's getting stopped.
Aiken says it's simply frustrating for her. She's not in a rush to get anywhere, but she's worried about the impact on some of the vehicles around her.
Knowing that the hospital is right there, Wolfson's is right there, and you see ambulances that need to get around, it's concerning.
The tracks are operated by Florida East Coast Railway. We took a trip down to their office on Phillips Highway to see if they could explain the recurring stops. However, they told us we need to speak with their legal team, which was out of the office this week. Jacksonville City Council member Joe Carlucci represents the area and said, quote, "Our office has reached out to the appropriate departments at CSX, FEC, and FRA to advise the status of the constant disruption. We have not heard back and will continue to pursue this until we receive answers."
We would just like to know what's going on. If there are issues that are being done every day, we just would like some transparency with what's going on.
Should also mention that JSO told us they sent officers out here yesterday because the traffic jam was so bad they had them out here to make sure they helped clear that traffic jam. Now, I also called and emailed some media relations folks for FEC, still waiting to hear back to see if we can get an answer on if these are planned stops or not. But it's good to know that we also have the city council member digging into it. It's not just us. In San Marcos, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.